Guys, it's raining welders in the workshop. We're giving away another. That makes 3 welders we're giving away in 3 months. Stick around. We're going to jump right into this real quick, guys. This is welder giveaway number 1. This is going to be given away on October 10th. The winner is going to be announced. If you want to know how to win any of these welders, you got to watch the official video for this welder. And this is the Yes Welder YWM200. I'll have a link to that video up above and down in the description. Here's the second welder we're giving away. This is a Deca Power. You got to watch that video up above. I also have it linked down below if you want to get in on this. This one is going to be given away on November 11th. And here we have the most recent welder. This is a 270 amp, 3-in-1 MIG, TIG, and stick welder. And this one's going to be given away sometime around December. So this would make an awesome Christmas gift for someone. Let's get to open this up and I will explain to you how to get in on this. First thing you got to do is watch this video. This will be the simplest of all the giveaways because all you got to do is watch it, be subscribed to the channel, and make a comment down below. That's it. I will have, just like the other videos, all the eligibility requirements, which some people say, well, that's an awful lot of rules. Well, I don't think it's an awful lot of rules to be 18 years of age, and I'm shipping this out to you for free to the lower 48 states. Now, as with all these welders, I'm not shipping to a P.O. box. You got to have a valid address for me to ship this to. And it's got to be in the lower 48 states. I'm sorry, guys. I can't ship this internationally. I've had issues in the past. I know I've explained it in some of the other videos that I've done. Long story short, I did a giveaway not too long ago, probably a year ago. In that giveaway, the problem was somebody won it. It ended up going across country, and customs had a fit about having to declare something for free as a giveaway going through customs, and it was a huge hassle not only for me but for the person who won it, and they ended up having to pay a price to pick this up. It's not a good look for the channel. It's not a good look in general. If you're going to give something away, it should be free. So with that said, the way this works, again, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, watch the video. That's how that works for this. This will be drawn sometime in December. I'll have the rules down in the video so you'll know. I will announce the winner on all my social media pages. You know, a guy named Jim wins the welder. It's going to be advertised on all my social media. So it's probably important that you guys are subscribed to that or follow me on my Facebook and Instagram and on my TikTok so that you guys know who won. Because it'd be a shame to win one of these and not get it. Because you got a certain amount of time to collect these things. I can't just leave this, open forever. So, I find it amazing sometimes when I do something like this, people find a way to complain about it. Somebody said, oh, you're probably going to give it away to your friend or something like that. Guys, the reason I'm doing this is because the people that watch this channel have made this channel grow, and I'm able to do this now because of you guys. I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys watching. Some of my videos have millions of views on them. And, that popularity creates more interest in the channel, which is more views. And ultimately, to be honest, the channel makes more money when more people watch and interact with it. So if I can give back to the community that has done well for me, I just soon do that. So out of all the welders, guys, this is going to be the most affordable one. Like I said, this is a 3-in-1 welder. Comes in right around at the time of this video right now. I have no control over pricing. This comes in right around $269. So give you a quick look at this. Here's your mode selected switch. So stick, TIG, MIG. This looks like your jog button. Voltage, amperage. Probably like an overtemp sensor. Maybe, power indicator. Takes a Euro style MIG connector. You got burn back settings for your MIG voltage, and wire feed speed. So this is not going to be a synergic machine, but this is a IGBT inverter, so it does 120, 240. So for you guys that only have like 120 volt power in your workshops, you're all set. The one thing I noticed that's a little odd is the wire drive is on the right side of the cabinet, which is kind of different. This is all metal construction, very similar to some of the other welders. Takes a 2-pound all the way up to your 11-pound spool, which is nice. So things look really nice in there. Looks really solid. I don't see anything that's jumping out at me. We'll do an amperage test on this too, guys. We'll clamp on an amp meter and see if this is putting out its advertised 270 amps. Handle kind of swings out of the way to make it lower profile if you have a small area to store this in. That's kind of neat. Turn it around to the back. Here are the specs, if you guys want to look at these a little bit more in detail. And again, with that gas connector, which is very similar to machine number 2, Decapower, that we're going to be giving away. That has a similar connector on that one. Let's take a look at what we get for accessories with this, guys. And just so everyone's clear, I send this to you directly to your residence. Gotta be like I said, certified residence. I'm not shipping this to a P.O. box. Oh, what's this? This is kind of cool. I've never seen a welder shipped with this. Huh. Tinted goggles. Check that out. Yeah, this is probably like, looks like a shade 6 probably, is what that looks like. These things are really dirty. Look. Huh, that's kind of different. Guys, I've never ever seen goggles sent with a welder. I've seen those little foolish pancake hoods that they have you hold there. Maybe that's in replacement of that, potentially. But it's dangerous, guys. You don't wear something like this welding. UV rays are super bad for you. It causes skin cancer, so try to avoid that. Don't do that. But this does make a nice glasses case for your sunglasses. You know, throw it around so they're not bouncing around your truck or your car. You get a hose attachment, so that'll go onto the barbed side of the back of the machine. And then you're going to need another barbed fitting to go into your regulator or your flow meter. And it also comes with clamps, so that's kind of nice. That part's included. What do we got here? Huh, comes with some wire. So I'm guessing this is probably flux core wire. I'll have to read more about this. Yeah, self-shielded. Looks like to be like 30 thousandths. Flux core wire. 2-pound reel of that. Little chipping hammer. Here's your 120, 240 volt power plug. Here's your earth or your ground. Here's your stinger. Pretty typical to what they all are. It's got the smaller of the DINS connectors. So you can see they're fairly tiny in size. And it's got a 17 series TIG torch, guys. So lift TIG, this will go on your regulator, and then you see here you've got your on-off gas valve, and it comes with a nice sheath over the top of it. This is a nice small 17 style torch. Is nice for doing small, delicate, intricate things, because it almost feels like kind of like a big pencil in your hand. You can just really manipulate them really well. You have a lot of good control with a 17 style torch. It comes with a long back cap, comes with a 5 and a 6 cup. And they've included a couple collets, 5/64ths and 1/16th. And the good thing about these WP17 torches, guys, is that they're all pretty common. You can get all the consumables online. You can get them on Amazon. They're readily available and easy to find. They're pretty much all standard across all the WP series torches. And let's check out the MIG gun. This is actually feels really nice. This feels like really flexible rubber. Not that the other ones don't. This just feels really heavy duty, guys. It's got some strain relief here, which is nice. Again, it's got the standard European end on it. And it also has a ball and socket right here. This is a slip-on nozzle. And it comes with a 30 thousandths contact tip on it, and it has another 30 thousandths contact tip in the bag, and it also has a 35 thousandths contact tip in the bag. And just like all the other giveaways, guys, I'm not going to use the consumables. Whoever wins this welder, they'll be all brand new consumables, unused. The only part that's going to be used is this welder. Now, if you get this welder and it doesn't work when you get it home, or you use it for an hour and it blows up, let me be clear on this. This is a giveaway. This isn't a warranty. I'm not warrantying this. This isn't done through any of these companies. Any of these 3 giveaways that I'm doing are all on me. They're because I want to do them. There's no stipulation that I had to do this giveaway. This is because I want to do it and I want to give back. So if this arrives to your doorstep destroyed, sorry about your luck, guys. I'm sorry. I did my best to get you the welder. Hopefully it arrives safe. I've never had an issue with me receiving a welder and buying one, or sending out stuff. So fingers crossed. These are good to keep on when you're not using it, just to keep grinding dust and stuff like that out of it. Snatch the MIG gun off this one. Like I say, since they're all universal. Then we'll put it over onto the VVSHARE 270. And we're going to be doing solid wire, electrode positive. So we just put it in that port and give it a turn. I will throw a big old 12-pound spool of Lincoln Electric solid wire in there. Now, if you guys are just starting out in welding, it is super important to get these next steps correct, because a lot of people just starting out, especially on MIG welding, wire feed welding, whatever you want to call it, they experience some problems. They blame it on the machine, they blame it on their skill level, they say that it's not a quality enough welder, whatnot. Well, a lot of the times it boils down to how your wire is feeding. If the wire is not coming out the end of your MIG gun smooth, then it's going to have feeding problems and you're going to get sporadic welds. It's not going to look good, it's not going to sound good, it's just not going to be a good weld. So one of the first things you have to do is set your machine up properly. And that includes setting the proper wire reel tension. I have videos on this and I want you guys to check them out if you're just starting out, especially if you're having problems with welding, because these will show you how to set up a machine properly. Then the next most important thing is setting your drive roll tension. Too much tension and you're going to know it, because when you have a problem on this end, it's going to bird's nest on this end. Meaning it's just going to keep feeding and feeding, and it's just going to all ball up inside this cabinet. You run into problems when you don't have enough drive tension, meaning that the motor's spinning and is trying to push the wire through, but the wire isn't pushing through smoothly. It's actually slipping on these drive rolls. And there are a number of reasons that these drive rolls can slip. One of them being that your tension on your wire reel is set too tight. If this is set too tight, it's going to cause these wires to slip between these. It's going to give you sporadic welding. You're not going to have a good time welding. So go check out that video, 5 tips on how to set up your welder and become a better welder today. Let's see what this has for drive rolls in it. Okay, these come with smooth drive rolls. Comes with 30 thousandths. Then you flip it over, you got 35 thousandths, and they're smooth. So the smooth drive rolls are for solid wire. If you want to run flex core wire, it'll work with these, you can do it, but it's not ideal. You should really be running a serrated drive roll. It's got like little ribs in it, and what that does is you use less drive roll tension with flex core wire or self-shielded wire because it's hollow. It's a hollow tube down the center. You don't want so much tension that you crush that tube, because that's what contains the shielding material inside that hollow tube. And if you crush that, you're going to have feeding problems. So you can use a solid drive roll with self-shielded wire. It's not ideal. You'll probably have some problems. But you can pick these up cheap. These are super common drive rolls. But you are going to need to pick up a serrated drive roll if you want to use self-shielded wire. You know, anytime you're working with these budget-friendly welders, guys, you're going to have these types of issues. And, you know, like the Decapower one didn't come with the hose, but it did come with the flex core drive roll. This one came with the hose and didn't come with the flex core drive roll. They've got to cut costs somewhere, guys, and that's basically how they do it. You know, but so far for a machine for under 300 bucks, I'm pretty impressed. I don't see any plastic in these drive rolls. This is all good construction as compared to some of my other welders that are, you know, thousands of dollars. So nothing that stands out that says, wow, this is, they give all kinds of problems. I don't have that feeling. I will be curious to see the amperage output, what that's going to be, because 270 amps, that's a lot. We'll see. We'll probably run some stick welding with it and we'll test it on that. I know it's not going to be rated for that on MIG or TIG. The MIG gun and the TIG gun isn't rated for that amperage, but we will see what it does on stick welding if it can pull 270 amps. Curious, we'll see. All right, we'll get the wire started here. Push it into that. There we go. We got it started. There. Let's get this thing plugged into 240 volt power. That and that. I'm just going to snap the switch on the back. Okay, we'll switch our switch down over into MIG mode. Everything is pinned out right now, so it's saying it'll go 269 amps in MIG mode. I question that. And it says it'll do 23 volts. Let's burn back. We'll turn that down. And I talk about what all these settings are in some other videos. I'll have links there. But burn back, that's at the end of your weld. So after you let off the trigger, a little bit more weld comes out. A little bit more wire is fed out. And that little bit of extra wire prevents the wire from burning back into the tip of the MIG gun. So if you have some problems with burn back, just increase this value. It's going to put more weld wire out. If you find that when you let off the trigger there's too much weld wire sticking out, then you just turn back that a little bit. But that's a brief explanation of what that is. Now, just like any other welder, we want to straighten out our whip, and then I believe this is the jog button. So we'll jog this wire through and get it out to the other end. And it's always a good thing to take off your nozzle and contact tip to feed your wire through. There are some welders out there like Fronius, which I have, that will push the wire right out through the assembly. Push it through the contact tip, everything. But for these types, to avoid any problems, especially when you haven't set up your drive roll tension yet or your wire reel tension, you're better off just taking this all apart so it flows freely through the liner. So by pressing this, you're jogging the wire. Watch the reel. Now you can put on your contact tip and your nozzle. So that I don't have any issues when I'm welding, I'm going to give you one of those tips on setting drive roll tension. So if I pull the trigger, wire comes out, okay? If I squeeze it hard between my finger, thumb and index, squeeze it, you can just barely push through it. I can barely hold it back, but it is slipping a little. Okay, if I can squeeze this and the wire won't come out, then I probably have too little drive tension. And you can see that by this roll. Watch. Let me cut this off again. So I'm going to pull the trigger. It's feeding. I can just stop it. Okay, but I got to squeeze super hard to stop it. That's what you want. Right there. That's actually set perfectly right out of the box, and it looks to be about 2 3/4, 2.5. That's a good setting for this with this gun and liner in it. So you're gonna have to set this up yourself, whoever wins this, and again, I'm going to announce this sometime in December, so whoever wins this welder in December, you're gonna have to set the machine up yourself, and you can watch some of my videos to find out how to do it. So I'll say it again, guys, if you want to be eligible to get in on any of these giveaways, they all require you to be subscribed to the channel, and they're all going to require that you leave a comment. So that's part of the deal if you want to be in on this. Obviously, I'm looking for comments that are, you know, interesting, not just something, you know, send me a welder, you know what I mean? I kind of want to know this is going to go to someone who maybe might appreciate this, not just somebody who's got 50 welders in their workshop and they just want to collect another. I kind of want this to go to somebody who would use it, need it, and appreciate it. Now, I put out videos every week with the intention of hopefully helping someone, maybe inspiring someone, maybe touching someone and giving them a little bit of inspiration to try something or do something. And I hear a lot of comments a lot of the times, and it really makes me happy to hear them that, you know, people are watching this and they're picking up tips and they're trying stuff. Now we just got to hook some gas to it. All right, we're using C25 gas. And as always, like I say, open your valves while you're standing off to the side, never behind it, never in front of it, because the diaphragm could blow apart on this gauge and you don't want that coming out at you. So open the gauge up slowly, open the tank up slowly, and you want to open these up all the way, because when you open these all the way, they seat on the backstroke. There's a back seating valve inside here that prevents the gas inside this tank from escaping. So make sure you open it all the way. And you don't do that with flammable gases for the reason that, you know, like acetylene per se, you just crack it open, you know, like a quarter of a turn, because that way if you ever had a problem, you don't got to turn it 10 times to close it. You just turn it a quarter of a turn and it's closed. But like I said, these are designed to be opened all the way because they have a back sealing valve. All right, gas is on. Let's turn it on. There it is. Check to make sure we're getting gas. We should hear something. And we do. Alright, let's give this a quick go. I've got a piece of 1/8 inch scrap metal. I got the machine set for 130 amps, 18 volts, and I got a burn back time of setting of 2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that does. And again, I'm running C25 gas. 30,000 solid wire. Alright, here we go. Probably help if I hook the earth up, guys, and I apologize. I don't have a ground earth clamp with a DINS connector that's that small, so I actually had to take it out of the box. I apologize, but I just wanted you to know if whoever wins this has a couple like spark marks on it or anything like that, it's because I had to use it, so sorry about that. I wouldn't have used it if I didn't have to, trust me. Alright, and we'll clip that to our table. Okay, good. Alright, let's try this again. Very impressive right out of the box, guys. Okay, bead looks a little proud because of the settings on the machines. Let's change our voltage and let's increase that a little bit. Let's go up to 19 and see what that does. And we'll keep our wire speed or our current right around 130. Let's see what that does. Guys, I think a lot of people are trying to look for one magic setting, and there really isn't one. You just have to experiment with what your welder likes. Yeah, there we go. Yep, just that slight setting, guys. Look. There's the second bead profile right there. First arc I struck with this welder is right there. Second one right there. And that's just going up 1 volt on that. So the next thing I think we're going to do is I'm going to do a amperage test on MIG. See how high we can pull this as to what it's rated for. And then we'll stick weld and see how much we can pull off that. And then I'm going to put this thing back in the box. And hopefully someone's going to win this and claim it. It'd be a shame if I announced the winner sometime in December and nobody claimed him. So I hope that doesn't happen. It's happened in the past and people never came forward. So kind of too bad, you know. Exciting. I just got some new welding gloves in the mail today. Yeah, feel pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the output amperages. We're going to see if this is, you know, what this is reading on the dial is similar to what this instrument is going to measure. This is called a clamp-on amp meter. And the way this works is this just literally goes around a source of current and it just measures it however it measures it inside here and gives us a digital reading. Now, it should be noted that you can falsify these readings in a way by holding like an unreasonable stick-out distance. So if I make this wire super short and hold it real tight of an arc to this piece of metal, much tighter than we normally weld with, it will falsely inflate the readings on this. I'm not looking to do that. I'm just looking to find out by using this the way I'd normally use it, if the readings on this are similar to the readings on that. By feel, they feel really close because I set this, I think we were around like 130 amps, and like I just said, it's pretty much 1 amp per thousandths of material, so this is 125 thousandths, so a good starting point is 125 amps. I always like to weld a little hot anyways. I usually bump it up to about 130, but we'll see what this will do, and we'll give it a shot here. This is the nameplate data for 220 volts. This one is for 120 volts. Because we're on 220, we'll look at this. It has a 60%, according to this, for MIG mode, a 60% duty cycle when it's pulling 220 amps. Well, putting out 220 amps. it'll put out 170 amps with 100% duty cycle. So according to this, we should see some numbers about anywhere between 170 and 220. But again, like I said, I'm limited on my 30 thousandths wire. That wire can only carry so much amperage. And I don't believe that this MIG gun that I'm using from my machines, that these are rated for 150 amps or 200 amps. So we'll see. We will set this, let's say for 200, and see if we can pull, you know, close to that. 198. Not going to get 202, 200. So I'll set this for DC amps. And I think that's hit and function. Yeah, DC amps right there. See that? DC amperage. Blew right through it. Alright, let's max this out and see where this takes us. We're at 270 amps there. This is not going to do 270 amps on this Stinger. It's not capable of carrying it, neither is the wire. It's almost blowing through instantly. A big part of this, guys, is what this wire is going to be able to carry for amperage. Like I said, that's how it's making the connection down throughout the MIG gun, is that wire. And the wire is only 30 thousandths diameter. Although these say they're a lot higher than what it's actually showing on this instrument, the machine's actually not going to allow that to basically destroy itself to put out an amperage through a wire that's not capable of taking it. I think a better test for this would be to stick weld. Let me get this all set up for stick welding, and we're going to do this same test doing this but with a stick welder. Now I've got the Stinger attached into the positive terminal. Again, ground or earth is still connected over to the table, so this would be what is considered DC electrode positive because the Stinger is in the positive terminal. And we'll click this over to stick welding. So here's our amperage, and it's saying it goes up to 220 amps on that, all the way down to 40. Just for the heck of it, let's go to 220 amps. We're going to be running an 1/8 inch 7018. The amp meter is set up just as it was before on the positive lead of the Stinger. From what I saw on this, and I kind of like peeked over real quick while I was welding, is it's right around between 150 and maybe 170. It was not putting out the 220 that it said. I don't have an answer for that, but that did not read what that says. But all in all, guys, don't let that discourage you. Sometimes a welder manufacturer rates their welders a little different. Maybe I'm not doing this quite right, I don't know. The point is that for the money, guys, this is, you know, a $300 welder. You can do MIG, TIG, and stick, and it includes about 99% of the components that you need to do that. Do I weld at 220 amps? Hardly ever, guys. Most of the stuff that I'm welding is 1/4 inch or less. And can you weld below this and weld up thicker stuff? Sure you can. You just got to make multiple passes, that's all. You know, whether it's stick welding or whether it's MIG welding, whatever, multiple passes will get it done. But all around, you know, $300 welder. This thing is putting out, I would safely say, I don't know, felt like probably 170 amps or so, 180, whatever that read, I'm not sure. All in all, guys, it's made pretty well, and for the money, I think this is probably a good investment, especially for someone just starting out. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Friday. Be sure that you read the requirements down in the video, and I'll also post them at the end of this video. I'll have them scrolling on the screen so that you guys know what the requirements are. Again, roughly, you got to be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment. I'm only shipping it to a valid US address, no post offices, got to be 18 years or older. and I'm shipping it to the lower 48 states. Until next week, guys, I will see you then. Take care, stay safe, good luck. Make sure you subscribe to all my other channels and that you follow me, because I'm going to announce the winner on October 10th, 2022 for the first welder giveaway. The next one will be a month after that. The next one will be a month after that. That's 3 welders in 3 months. I will post it on all my social media, and it's your responsibility to get a hold of me. I will post it. You contact me. I'll make arrangements to get it to you. Good luck, guys. Take care. Stay safe. See ya.